Hello everybody. I thought I'd do another build video on one of my passenger trains. This is going to be a little different than most of my regular Midwestern stuff that I model. This is the 1948 MKT and Frisco Texas Special. This train ran from St. Louis to San Antonio and received most of its streamlined equipment in 1948. So, the reason I did this train is Lowell Smith at Railsmith started releasing cars, and I thought they looked really neat, so I got a little impatient and I did the rest of the train. So I have a complete train now. I'm still have quite a few cars pre-ordered from Lowell, but until they get here, I have enough of scratch-built and kit-bashed cars to make the train. So we'll do our regular roll by here of the motive power and the cars and give you an explanation of what I did. A lot of these cars are stock, and I'll just explain that as we go. So rolling into view here is our motive power for the train. These, as I've been doing on most of my passenger trains. These are lifelike shells on Kato mechanisms. A lot of the times I will take a lifelike shell that's pre-painted and just plop it on a Kato mechanism with a little bit of interior work. These were not as simple. I started with undecorated lifelike E7 shells. Did quite a bit of work to them. I put gold metal model stirrups on them. I filled in the pilot on the lead unit, A unit. I think I put new horns, air horns on this. If you look on the bottom half of the car body, it has fluting on it. That's styrene fluting to match the prototype. And then if you look on the nose, it has much larger number boards than the regular E7s did. The E7s had kind of an Art Deco look to them with very small number boards, the majority of them. Frisco and Katy ordered these with larger number boards. So those are actually Kato number boards that were grafted onto these E7 shells. They're from an FP7A units, the Milwaukee Road ones that were built for the Olympian Hiawatha. So I got parts from Kato and did that. Let's see, it has Digitrax DCC in it. The decals are from Circus City Decals and Graphics, Matt Wilkie. And the paint is Model Flex SP Scarlet. The yellow is just flat yellow, and the stainless steel is Tamiya brush painted on there. And then I did a little flat black weathering on the top for some exhaust. So that's the motive power. I did 2 A units here because that's what pulled the train. So really happy with the way they turned out. They're not perfect, but they're pretty darn good until the Broadway Limited ones get here, which I'm sure will look a lot better than what I've done. So okay, let's get to the train here. So the first car, Railsmith just came out with their mail baggage car, but until that, I had to make do with this guy. This is a J&J etched metal sides kit that I put together. It's mounted on an American Limited core kit with American Limited trucks, Kato wheels. The decals are Circus City decals. However, not in that kit was the United States Mail Railway Post Office. A buddy of mine in Iowa, Jim Starbuck, made that decal for me, and I fit that on the car. I don't remember where I got the mail hook from, if it was with the sides or if I gleaned it off of some other thing out of my parts bin, but it's etched metal too. So that's the mail baggage car. Then followed that, there were 3 coaches and a coach, a lounge type dormitory car. These 4 cars are stock Railsmith cars. This is the McAllister. I'm just going to keep this running until I get to the next car. This is the Garland. These are all Railsmith cars, stock. This is the Picardy Lane. And the fourth one is the Denton. Then we get to some more interesting stuff again here. This is, again, I believe these are J&J etched metal sides. It's been so long since I built them. Mounted on American Limited core kit with American Limited trucks and Kato wheel sets. This and the mail baggage and the dormitory lounge, which is coming up next year. They all have Microtrains 1015 couplers mounted on them. The roof vents are from the Kato, I believe the Super Chief parts sprue off of their diners. So decals again by Circus City Decals and Graphics. So this was a Katy car, if you'll notice on the ends. This is a dormitory lounge. Again, a J&J etch metal sides. Same deal with everything else as the diner. Until Lowell releases something, this is going to be pretty good stand, and it's a prototype car, so is the diner, so is the mail baggage. Then the train carried 6 or 7 sleepers. So these are Railsmith sleepers. I'm going to explain each one because they're a little bit different. These are 10-6 sleepers. They're standing in for what was actually on the train. The train carried 14-4 sleepers. But these are pretty close looking on the outside, and it's what Lowell decided to use for his, and that's what he had, so that's what he used for his sleepers. It's pretty darn close, and they look really nice. So this is the William B. Travis. Again, these are all Railsmith cars right out of the box. This one is a little different. This is a shadow lined car, decorated. I think he had Microtrains decorate this car. It's a smooth side car, but to simulate the stainless steel fluting, they used what was called shadow lining. They figured it didn't work very good because when they ran them through the car washers, it would take the paint off and you'd lose the shadow lining effect. So this is the Tioga Rapids. The next car is a smooth side car that they didn't apply the shadow lining to. This is the Tioga Rapids. Oops, sorry. This is the Tioga Rapids. The shadow line car was the Swarta Rapids. So, sorry. You can read it as I stop it too, so sorry about that. This is another fluted car. This is the James Bowie, another 10-6 sleeper. All the sleepers were the same on this train, with the exception of any pool cars that they would run through. This is the David Crockett. This is the Henry Shaw. If you look closely, you'll notice the font's slightly different of the car name. I changed the car name on this. I don't remember what it was originally, but it was a Railsmith car, and all I did was change the lettering on the car name. So the tail car is a little interesting. This is a Kato car. This is actually the observation car out of their Super Chief set, which is a sleeper lounge observation. It's standing in for a buffet lounge observation. This is the Stephen F. Austin. It's pretty darn close to the real car. What's nice about it, like I said, it's corrugated, so it fits with the rest of the train, and the prototype car looked pretty darn close to this. It's got electrical pickups, so the markers are lit, and so is the Mars light on the back, and so is the drum head. The drum head I used, I don't know if we'll be able to see it, but I used the film out of a Tomer drum head. And it does say Texas Special, and there it is lit. And then there's a true scale coupler on the rear end, too. So we'll get a better view of that later as we do some roll-bys here. So that's the train. If you'll notice, there's some other cars here, and I'm going to explain what that's all about here in just a moment. So originally, the Texas Special had 2 train sets, and they turned the train in San Antonio. They'd have to Y it because it was a stub-end depot. And they realized with the schedule that they had, they didn't have enough time to turn the train. So because of the backlog of cars from Pullman, they kind of cobbled together a 3rd train set so that they had more time to clean and service the train in San Antonio. Because of that, they didn't have all lightweight streamlined equipment, so you would see some heavyweight cars that they cobbled together to make the third train set. This is one of those cars. This is a mail baggage car. This is the Albert Martin. This car was done by Microtrains. I've put metal 36-inch intermountain wheels on it, and I substituted Z-scale 905 couplers in it. But this is what the heavyweight cars look like. They shadow line painted them to match the lightweight cars. It must have been really pretty looking heavyweight cars. But so that's that one. Behind it, this is the newest releases from Railsmith. This is their lightweight mail baggage car that just came out recently. This is the Anson B. Jones. It's pretty darn close to the prototype. That's a Railsmith's car. I haven't done anything to it, so it's sitting there ready to go. This is another sleeper I did. As I've been waiting for cars from Railsmith to arrive, I've done a few extra ones because I get impatient and I want to run the train. So this is the George G. Vest. This was a Walthers car, so the tooling is similar to what... It's the tooling that Railsmith bought and then redid and made better. So, but this was the original car. I painted and lettered it. So yeah. Okay, the next car is another heavyweight car decorated by Microtrains. This is a heavyweight diner. This is the Alamo. Again, it's stock other than the wheels I swapped out for low profile 36-inch metal wheels by Intermountain. And it has Microtrains 905 Z-scale couplers on it, just because it closer couples them to the cars around it, and they look better. So... Final two cars here are two more coaches. This is a Railsmith car again. I have some extra coaches now, so this is the new Bruffels. I think I probably pronounced that wrong. And then the final car here, this is the Olivet. This is another coach. I re-lettered this one. So that's all the cars that I have. Now, if you look back here, there's a couple extra pieces of motive power here. These, I was lucky enough, I picked up at a train show a while back, a long time ago. These were custom painted. They're Kato PA units. I put a Digitrax chip in each one of them, but other than that, I don't know who painted them, but I picked them up secondhand at a train show, and they were beautifully done. The only thing I did was add weathering on the top for engine exhaust. These weren't used very often on the Texas Special, but once in a while you would see them. So yeah, they're beautiful Kato PAs, and they look good. So that's my relief power in case my E7s ever conk out on me. So okay, so with that, I think we'll do a couple run-bys just so you can see the train in motion, and I'll be right back with you.